The last letter from father. On a crisp autumn morning, as golden leaves covered the yard, David, a middle-aged man, received a letter in the mail. What made it unusual was that the letter was from his father, who had passed away 2 years ago. Surprised and slightly unsettled, David opened the envelope, unaware that the words inside would forever change his perspective on life. David grew up in a working-class family. His father, Robert, was a strict and reserved man who worked tirelessly to provide for his family. As a child, David often resented his father for not spending much time with him. One day when David was around 10 years old, he asked, "Dad, do you love me?" Robert simply smiled, patted David's head, and said nothing. That moment left young David feeling that his father was cold and distant. As he grew older, David went off to college and later built a successful career in another city. Over time, he called home less frequently and only visited during the holidays. Conversations with his father became shorter and filled with awkward silences. Once, when his mother called to say that his father wasn't feeling well, David simply replied, "Dad's always like that, Mom. Don't worry too much." And then he continued with his busy life. 2 years after his father's passing, David unexpectedly received a letter his father had written before he died. In the letter, Robert wrote, "David, by the time you read this, I will likely be gone. I'm sorry I never said the words you needed to hear long ago. I have always loved you in my own way. I was never good at expressing my emotions, but every early morning I left for work and every late night I returned home, it was all for one reason, to give you a better life. Do you remember your first bicycle? I saved for 6 months to buy it, but instead of telling you that, I simply said it was a gift. When you left home, I didn't stop you because I wanted you to be free to chase your dreams. But did you know? Every time you visited, I woke up early just to cook your favorite meal. That was my way of showing love. I know you may have resented me for not saying I love you more often, but I hope you understand now. Love doesn't always need words. It is shown through actions. If there's one thing I want you to remember, it's this. Always make time for family. Don't wait until it's too late to realize what truly matters. Love your father." David folded the letter, tears streaming down his face. He finally understood that his father's love wasn't in spoken words, but in every small act of care that he had once overlooked. From that day on, David changed. He spent more time with his mother, called her more often, and cherished the moments with his loved ones. He realized that love doesn't always have to be spoken. It is found in the little things we do for each other every day. The lesson from this story is clear. Don't wait until it's too late to appreciate your family. Love isn't just in words, but in daily actions. Make time for the people who truly matter before it's too late.